Why post the photo? If you don't want the likes, the comments, the thirst, the simps, the haters, all of the above, don't post the photo. You post that, you're looking for all of the comments.
What happens when a WNBA player puts chasing Instagram attention ahead of sharpening her skills? Angel Reese's latest behavior has fans shaking their heads. Instead of focusing on the gem, Reese has been walking red carpets, venting about her paycheck, and after facing backlash, wiping her social media clean. Her recent moves have reignited heated debates and drawn a sharp contrast between her approach and Caitlin Clark's. While Reese stays locked in on her online image, Clark is busy rewriting the record books and fully embracing the grind. Clark's work ethic feels like a Rocky Balboa training montage, only in a basketball uniform. Whether she's drilling three-pointers, tightening her overall game, or giving back through charity, Clark shows a balanced commitment to both her craft and her values. Two players. Two completely different mindsets. And it only gets more interesting when you hear what WNBA legend Sue Bird had to say about it all.
Really fun, rewarding, and also interesting to watch these younger athletes step into their professional careers. Obviously, Caitlin and Angel are two great examples.
You know what's interesting? While one WNBA rookie is busy hitting delete on Instagram, another is wiping out the competition on the court. This really is a tale of two very different off-seasons. On one side, Angel Reese appears more focused on the spotlight than the sport itself. On the other, Caitlin Clark is locked into the grind, steadily leveling up her game. The contrast makes one thing clear: how a player spends the offseason can define their future. Reese's emphasis on building her personal brand has sparked criticism, while Clark's relentless work ethic is earning respect throughout the league. With such opposing approaches, it's no surprise fans are choosing sides. One thing is certain: they're
like so much earlier, these athletes are thinking about themselves as businesses, as brands. And it's amazing because they're carrying that with them to the WNBA. And so everything's just big.
Let's start with Angel Reese, also known as Bayou Barbie. Her personality and fashion sense have helped turn her into a social media sensation, but her on-court development appears to be slipping into the background. Her latest headline-grabbing moment, a bold animal print gown with a thigh-high slit, generated more buzz than anything she's done between the lines. While Reese is fully entitled to express herself through fashion, many fans weren't impressed, questioning where her priorities really lie. And the criticism isn't just about the outfit, it's about what it symbolizes. Detractors argue she spends more time polishing her personal brand than refining her inside game, and they believe the results are starting to show. Basketball fans want to see hustle, growth, and production on the floor, not an endless stream of Instagram-ready looks. With her focus divided, Reese risks losing the support of those who once believed strongly in her potential. Some critics have also pointed out the contradiction, posting provocative fashion content while simultaneously complaining about being sexualized. That disconnect has only fueled the backlash. As one commentator put it, there's a growing sentiment that this younger generation is quick to play the victim instead of accepting accountability, an opinion that's gaining traction among longtime followers of the game.
How can you wear that and also complain and post it and also complain that you don't like being sexualized? What is the take here?
You know, it's funny. I just did another show right before this one, and we talked about how this younger generation just wants to cry and be victims about everything.
Angel Reese, you may have noticed her Instagram vanished almost overnight, disappearing faster than her chances of immediately taking over the WNBA. The reason? Her New Year's Eve outfit was widely viewed as too provocative for a professional athlete. Reese's decision to delete her account left fans and critics questioning whether her focus is more on her image than on her game. Even with Instagram gone, Reese continues to dominate TikTok and Twitter with flashy content, prompting many to ask when the attention will shift back to the basketball court. For a player with undeniable potential, it's disappointing to see the narrative move away from performance and towards social media controversy. If Reese truly wants to quiet the noise, the solution is simple: let her play do the talking. Critics argue that while she has every right to feel confident and express herself, she can't simultaneously lean into provocative posts and then complain about being sexualized. Some have pointed to her TikTok content as evidence, saying the mixed messaging only fuels the criticism. As her list of detractors grows, a common theme keeps resurfacing. Social media stardom appears to be overshadowing basketball development. Lip-sync videos and glamorous photo shoots have become her calling card, while her on-court growth seems to have stalled, leading fans to draw uncomfortable comparisons and ask hard questions about priorities.
Got a new coach who's going to give you new looks, new game plans. You've got another year with Aaliyah Boston, likely Kelsey Mitchell, Lexi Hull. And then you've got the moves that the Fever can make in the offseason, whether it be free agency or the draft, to bolster the roster.
Some critics have gone as far as comparing her to a Kardashian with a jump shot, heavy on branding, light on consistent production. Building a personal brand isn't a problem. Today's athletes are more than just players. But balance is everything. When basketball starts taking a back seat, fans and even teammates begin to lose confidence. Reese has real talent, but if it isn't prioritized, she risks being seen more as a social media influencer than a WNBA star. On the other end of the spectrum is Caitlin Clark, who's fully embracing the grind and steadily elevating her game. Clark is living up to the hype. While she does take part in off-court activities like charity events and golf appearances, her main focus never wavers. Her off-season is intense, filled with skill work, strength training, and relentless reps.
They're in that world. And so my only advice is usually just to make sure they keep basketball the main thing, because at the end of the day, that is your vehicle.
While some players are busy posing for Instagram, Caitlin Clark is locked in on sharpening her basketball skills. She's focused on staying ahead in an increasingly competitive league, and that dedication is impossible to miss. With a new coach bringing fresh looks and game plans, another season alongside Aaliyah Boston, likely Kelsey Mitchell and Lexi Hull, and potential roster upgrades through free agency or the draft, Clark isn't just coasting, she's preparing to elevate everything around her. She's not simply maintaining her already impressive level of play, she's actively leveling up. From improving her shooting efficiency to adding a reliable mid-range floater and tightening her left-hand game, Clark's commitment to growth is clear. It's like she's building an empire one workout at a time. By comparison, Reese's heavy emphasis on Instagram feels more like a house of cards, eye-catching but fragile. Clark's tireless work ethic shows what it truly takes to remain at the top. That mindset mirrors advice recently shared by WNBA legend Sue Bird. Without calling anyone out directly, Bird stressed the importance of keeping basketball the main priority. She pointed to LeBron James as the gold standard, someone who handles massive off-court responsibilities yet never neglects the work that fuels his success. Bird's message was simple: your brand means nothing if your game can't support it. Whether it's podcasting, fashion, or any other venture, basketball is the vehicle that gets players there. Let that foundation slip, and everything else starts to crumble. Bird's comments weren't just about skipping workouts. They were about seeing the bigger picture and making sure the game always comes first.
A lot of the videos we see with Caitlin Clark, she's got actual men, grown men out there in her face trying to keep her from making shots and this and that and the other. There's not a lot of hands in Angel Reese's face here. And I am confused by the fact that she's trying to become this long-range player, it looks like. This is... she plays under the basket, or we thought she was playing under the basket.
She emphasized the long-term importance of staying locked in on the game, not the camera. Sue Bird's advice comes from experience. She understands what it takes to build a career that actually lasts. Her message is a reminder that basketball isn't just about today's viral moments, but about the legacy you leave behind. For players like Angel Reese, the choice is simple: refocus on basketball or risk losing the respect of fans and peers alike. Finding balance is essential, but when you look at other elite athletes, especially those who've set the blueprint in both business and sports, you never see them skipping the work. As Bird pointed out, they don't miss workouts. While Bird is offering hard-earned wisdom, Reese appears caught up in red carpet appearances, podcast runs, and public complaints about pay. At times, It feels less like preparation for WNBA greatness and more like an audition for reality television. Bird's words aren't empty. They're shaped by years of watching careers rise or collapse based on priorities. This is a pivotal moment for Reese. Does she take the advice or continue down a path that could limit her potential? Meanwhile, the contrast with Caitlin Clark remains striking. In many clips, Clark is guarded by grown men pushing her, crowding her space, and making every shot difficult, yet she still delivers. With Reese, that same level of defensive pressure often isn't there, which raises questions about her push to become a long-range shooter and whether that direction truly fits her strengths.
Understand, you want to wear it, you feel great about it, you got a great body, you play in the WNBA, but you cannot cry. You cannot say anything. I mean, have you seen some of her TikTok posts? Like, she's literally held up an outline after getting waxed. You can literally see all of her business there outlined in blue wax. And I'm like, oh yes, please tell me how sexualized you are. I mean, what are you gonna?
This is a player who is expected to dominate near the basket, or at least that's how many fans initially saw her. Now, critics argue that her fixation on media attention is starting to show in her on-court performance. Polished reels and heavily edited workout clips aren't enough to convince people she's fully committed to basketball. There's nothing wrong with building a personal brand, but when it begins to overshadow the game itself, that's when alarm bells start ringing. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark stays locked in, grinding, improving, and letting her play do the talking. Reese could take a page from Clark's playbook. Consistency and hard work always win out in the end. Instead, critics paint a troubling picture. A rookie on a struggling team, ending the season injured, constantly drawing attention to herself, accused of driving out the team's best player, watching the coach get fired, and launching a podcast almost immediately, fueling even more controversy. To many fans, it feels less like growing pains and more like a distraction that's keeping her from showing up where it matters most, on the court.